talking to the same guy, and I know y'all
don't know, wait on it tonight, I wanna get nasty. Don't wait on it tonight, I wanna get nasty. Don't wait on it tonight.
You've seen the title of the video. Your girl is back again with another story time. If you're new to my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even have to say anything because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on period. And Mary had a little lamb. As y'all can see by the title of the video, today's story is going to be about the time me and my girlfriend, she wasn't my girlfriend at the time, but y'all, we found out that we were talking to the same guy. And I know y'all thinking like, Asia, how does that happen? But y'all, when you from and you live in a small city, and you can get from one side to the other side in 20 minutes. That's how it happened. And it's a very interesting story because me and this girl, we've been friends going on 5 years, but this is how we initially met. While we filming this video, I'm going to be beating my face. The girlies over on TikTok and Instagram are always asking the details on my skin, on my face, how I beat my face. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing my makeup while I give y'all this story. And y'all know I like to talk with my hands. So I'm going to voice over the story time because we would never get through it. And I'm gonna also link all the products down below. Y'all, so this story took place my junior year of college back in 2018. Homecoming was coming up, and I don't know about y'all, but homecoming at a HBCU is different. It could have just been my school, but we took homecoming very seriously. When I say it looked like Paris Fashion Week during homecoming, the looks, the hair, the nails, everything had to be on point, y'all. And keep in mind, this wasn't like a regular school homecoming. People would literally fly from other states just to go to FAMU's homecoming. I remember my cousins would come from Atlanta to come to the homecoming. Like, it was a movie. And they would also have celebrities there that would perform at our comedy show and our concerts and stuff. So it was a big deal, y'all. And I ain't gonna hold you, a lot of the stuff that we were doing to get ready for homecoming wasn't necessary, y'all. But me and my friends, we would just be doing the most. I remember at the time, one of my friends had ordered a $500 wig for homecoming. And then the first rolled around and she was just like, girl, I gotta figure out how I can pay my rent. Like, we was doing the most to make sure we was fly for homecoming. And around homecoming, I never liked to shop at the mall, y'all, because if you shop at the mall, everybody was gonna have your look on. So I will always go to little local boutiques. And it was this one boutique that I used to go to in particular. Actually, for the sake of this story time, I'm not even gonna say the name of this boutique because they used to do a lot of shady business. I will honestly be surprised if they're still in business, y'all. The owner was very shady. Like, if she was having a good month, the prices would be like 20% off, 30% off, reasonably priced. Like, she would increase the prices by like 30 or 40%. But when she was having a bad month and funds were looking insufficient, y'all, the prices would skyrocket. Like, anytime there was an event in Tallahassee, of course, the prices will go up. That makes sense. There's an event. But when I say her prices would drastically change, it just, y'all, it did not make sense. It was just really bad business. The only reason why I continued to shop at this boutique was because she had the drops, y'all. She had all the trendy pieces. And also she would personally reach out to me anytime she had anything new in. And the chances for anybody to have my fit was slim to none. Or if somebody did have something that I had on, it was only going to be like 10 other people. Like, what are the chances of me seeing everybody wearing the same exact outfit that I have on during homecoming? Like, the chances were very slim. And y'all, when she hit me and told me that new inventory drop, I literally ran to the shop because, like I said, they never really have anything in the mall. And if they did have something good, everyone had it, y'all. It was gonna be gone. So this particular day, I went to the shop, and I'm not gonna hold y'all, the prices were ludicrous, y'all. Like, I had like 3 items in my hand, and I had asked her like, hey, how much does this cost? I also want to mention that she ran this business with her sister. It wasn't a really big boutique, but she had everything in there. Like, it was an all-in-one shop, y'all. She sold clothes, shoes, cosmetic jewelry, accessories. She sold a little bit of everything in there. And I was kind of surprised how pricey it was this day. I remember I had like 3 shirts in my hand and my total was right under $200. And I'm like, dang, like, yo, the prices had me in a chokehold. And also keep in mind, she wasn't selling anything of quality. The quality of the clothes were on Shein's level. They're literally selling pleather and plastic dresses. Like, nothing of quality for me to be paying these prices. But like I said, y'all, I was desperate. Homecoming was about 2 weeks away, and I didn't want anyone to have what I had on. So I'm in this boutique, and I'm shopping, and I noticed this guy. And we're going to go ahead and name him... let's name him Fraud. So I see Fraud, and it was awkward because usually if you see anyone, you would look at them, or you might smile and then you would look away. But y'all, he locked eyes with me. He did not look away. So I give him that awkward little small lip, white person grin type of smile. Like I'm smiling, and then I look away quickly. And when I look back up, y'all, he's still looking at me. And I know what you're thinking, like, Asia, in order for you to know he was staring at you, you had to be staring at him. But y'all, I kid you not, I would look away and then I would look back and he would still be looking at me. So I already knew that he was gonna try to talk to me, and I'm not gonna hold you, y'all, I was trying to figure out if he was one of the girls or if he was just in there getting hair products, because when I seen him, he was on the hair side of the boutique. Like I said, it was a all-in-one boutique. They sold eyelashes, bundles, wigs, gel, grease, wave caps. They sold all types of things, y'all. But I was kind of just curious, like, why did you choose this boutique to get hair products instead? Like, instead of just going to Walmart or like the regular hair store, like, why did you choose this store? So I'm thinking that the whole time while I'm doing my shopping. And as soon as I get ready to head to the front, y'all, he approaches me. And like I said, I already knew he was going to approach me because you could just tell when someone's interested in you, like, or they find you attractive. So he compliments me, and he was just like, hi, I would love to get to know you. You're very pretty. And I'm like, thank you. And I just awkwardly smile, y'all. I don't know. This man was fine. Like, he had me at hi. Like, hi. He said hi, and your girl was in a chokehold. So I'm smiling. He was just like, yeah, I would love to get to know you. But at the same time, I'm getting ready to check out. I'm walking towards the front of the store, and he's following beside me. And he's like, I would love to get to know you over, like, I think he offered to take me out somewhere. I don't remember in particular, but he was just like, I would love to get to know you. And I'm just like, okay, I can give you my Instagram. I don't know why I was being so awkward, y'all, but I'm like, I can give you my Instagram. And he laughs, and he was just like, what's your name? Where are you from? And I'm telling him my name is Asia, and I'm from Ocala. And he was just like, you're like extremely beautiful. Like, he just kept hyping my head up, y'all. And the whole time while he's talking to me, I'm not gonna hold you, half of the things he's saying is going into one ear and out the other, because I'm trying to figure out how much am I gonna get scammed today. Because like I told y'all, I had like 20, maybe not 20, maybe 15 items. No, I don't remember how many clothes I had, but I had about 5 fits in my hand. I had dresses, shorts, shirts, I had bracelets. Keep in mind, they weren't all clothes, y'all. I had a variety of items, and I'm trying to figure out how much is this tab going to be, because like I said, y'all, it was 2 weeks before homecoming, and homegirl funds was on low because the prices were crazy. I didn't even continue to keep asking her how much each item was, because like I said, y'all, I already knew she was on scam time. So I'm at the register, and he's in my ear, basically just doing small talk or whatever. He's saying that he just moved to Tallahassee from St. Louis, and he's currently enrolled into TCC. He's telling me, like, I don't want to say his whole life story. He's just giving small talk, and I'm steady looking at the register as I hear the beep, beep, beep. Girl, my heart is skipping a beat as I hear this, but I'm just saying, like, I'm communicating with him, but I'm keeping it very short because I'm more concerned on how much I'm gonna get scammed today. So she's ringing this stuff up, and then she tells me that my tab is right under $400, y'all. So I get ready to take out my card and pay for my stuff, and homeboy, what did we name him? What did we just name him? I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this. We're just going to change his name to Y, y'all, because I'm still wondering, why did I give this man the time of the day? So Y is going to be this man's name. So he offers to pay for my tab, and I'm just like, immediately, no, I got it. You don't have to pay for it. I'm like, no, I got it. And then he insists. He's like, no, I got it. I'll take care of it for you, Miss Asia. And that should have been a red flag right there. Anytime a man call you Miss and you don't look a day over 21, it's a red flag. So he offers and insists again to take care of the tab. So I sit back and I let him take care of the tab, y'all. He takes care of the tab. He swipes his card. He walks me out to my car. Before he walks me out to my car, he asks me for my number. I give him my number, and thinking back, y'all, I only gave him my number because I felt obligated to give him my number just because he paid for my tab, which looking back, I shouldn't have gave him my number based off that. He was fine, but at that moment in time, I only gave him my number because I felt obligated to give him my number. So I get in my car. I go home. The man does not text me for the entire day. Like, I'm just lit and I'm happy that I got $400 worth of clothes for free. And all I had to do was give a man my number. So the next day he texts me, and we're going to go ahead and call him Y, because to this day, I wonder why I gave this man the time of day, why I gave him my number. Like, why? So Y texts me, and he was just like, hey, how's your day? A very casual, calm conversation, y'all. And I'm letting him know how my day is. I'm telling him about my classes, because at this time, y'all, I'm in my junior year of college, and I was struggling around this time, but I was looking forward to homecoming. Like, homecoming was going to be that week that I was outside, y'all. So I'm telling him about my day, my classes. He's telling me about his classes, and he's giving me a little more insight to his home life. He's telling me about his family. He's telling me about, he was talking to me a lot about cars. I don't know anything about cars, y'all, but he had a Chrysler at that time. And I just remember him telling me that his Chrysler was like giving him problems or whatever. So we're just doing a lot of small talk. Shortly after the conversation, he asks me, will he be able to see me? And at that time, y'all, I had a little roster. I was talking to a few other people at that time. So I kept dodging him. I'm just like, no, I don't think you're going to be able to like see me anytime soon. Like, I have finals coming up. I have this going. Well, it wasn't finals. It was midterms. I'm telling him I have midterms coming up. I just have a lot going on right now. So I don't think we're going to see each other. Fast forward to like the following week. We talked throughout the week, y'all, but the conversation wasn't really going anywhere. It would literally just be like, hey, good morning. How's your day? I would say my day is good. And then eventually he would follow up with his day, and I just wouldn't text back. Like, we just couldn't get past the small talk. So the following week comes around, and I'm texting him a little more. I don't know if I had time off or what was going on, y'all, but I'm giving this man my time. I'm texting him more. And again, he insists that we go on a date. And I agreed to us going to the movies, y'all. We end up seeing The Freaks. And I remember that movie, y'all, because it gives me nightmares to this day. Like, don't watch a movie. Horrible movie, but it was a great date. So I'm on this date with him. And I remember after the movies, y'all, I did not want to go home. That's how I know when I'm feeling somebody or somebody makes me feel comfortable. Because usually after a date, I'm full. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to get out of your face. But y'all, after this date, I still wanted to be around this man. Like, he was trying to walk me back to my car. He offered to, and I was just like, like, I don't want to go home. And he was like, where do you want to go, y'all? But in Tallahassee, everything closes at 10, and this was during the week, y'all. So much was not open. So I went back to his car with him, and we just sat in his car, and we just talked for hours. And once I tell you about my friends, that's how you know I'm really feeling you. And y'all already know I started running my mouth. After the date, I'm telling my homegirls about him. I'm like, girl, he ain't try to touch a knuckle, a pinky, a hip. He ain't do nothing on this date. Like, it was a perfect 10 out of 10 dates, because that's a turn off to me. When guys try to move too fast on a date, you're doing too much. But y'all, he was chilling. He was not doing too much on this date. So I'm spilling all the beans, telling my homegirls about him. And you already know, anytime a girl go on a good date, the homegirl's gonna be like, do he got a friend? Do he got brothers? Do he got this? So my friend is asking me about, like, do he got brothers that also got money like him? And I don't know if I mentioned it yet, y'all, but Y was a D dealer. And I don't think he ever straight out told me that he was a D dealer, but I already knew by his mannerisms and the things that he would say when we would talk that he was a D dealer. And at this time, y'all, I didn't have a problem messing with D dealers and scammers and guys that was in the street, and neither did my friend. So I'm telling my friend off rip, like, nah, girl, I don't think he got any friends, because he told me that he just moved to Tally like a couple months ago just to enroll at TC. So I didn't think he had any friends, y'all. But she was like, adamant about it. Like, Asia, ask him if he got any friends. So I went back to Y and I'm like, hey, my homegirl said, do you have any friends? And thinking back, y'all, that's how he probably knew that he kind of had me feeling him, because I told my homegirls about him. Like, I went to run my mouth, but little did he know, I tell my homegirls and y'all anytime anything goes on, like, you're not really a big deal. But he probably was thinking he was a big deal just because my homegirl was asking, do she have any friends off about like him or whatever. So he's telling me like, my homeboys are planning to come to town next week because, you know, it's homecoming. So I go back to Lele and I'm like, his homeboys are coming into town. I'm gonna let you know what events they pop out at. And like I said, y'all, he went to CCC and he didn't even seem like a party type, a type that would be in a lot of spots. I'm thinking like, I'm going to just get his homeboy number and they were just going to meet up. Because like I said, he was in school, but he also was, I don't know, y'all, he just was not the club type. Like, he's the type to go to the after parties. But I would never picture him going to like a event on a college campus. So fast forward, it's homecoming and I'm getting ready for an event. And before this event, I went and I got my makeup done. And I was getting my makeup done by Lele's roommate. We were just going to her apartment. So Lele picked me up. And once Lele picked me up, she had her homegirl in the car. We're going to go ahead and call this homegirl, let's call her Dominique. So Dominique is in the car. She introduces me to Dominique, like, Asia, this is Dominique, this is Asia. I'm like, hey girl, or whatever. And I'm sitting in the car and I'm talking about why. I don't remember what I was saying at the time, y'all, but I'm literally just ranting about Rye, basically just saying like how he's moving his way up. Like, we had already went on our second date, so I'm telling Lele about our second date, and Lele is in the seat and she's just like, both of y'all booed all up and I'm the only one that don't got nobody. And she's talking to me and Dominique or whatever. So Dominique is just talking about her guy and she was just like, yeah, friend, you gonna find one or whatever. Like, just basically telling her like, don't worry about it. Like, we're gonna be outside this week. Because it was like, I don't know, y'all, I think that first event was like, I don't know what the first event was. Maybe it was a pep rally that I was getting my makeup done for. But anyway, keep in mind, Lele is a single friend and her friend Dominique is apparently talking to someone. And of course, at this time, I'm talking to someone. And y'all, thinking back, I probably shouldn't have been telling her about my date in front of Dominique. Because mind you, I had never met this girl. That was my first time meeting her. But I'm also a free spirited. I do not really care about who I'm speaking about and who's around. So I'm just speaking about the date, not thinking anything of it. I'm telling Lele where we went, what he was saying. Y'all know how it is when you first start talking to someone and you are butterflies and you sleep, eat, and see this nigga in your dreams. Like, you can't stop thinking about him or whatever. So I'm telling her all about this guy or whatever. I end up going in the house. I get my makeup done. And after an hour, I come back out and Lele and Dominique, they're still in the car just talking or whatever. So they end up dropping me off home. I'm like, all right, I'll see y'all later on tonight. Fast forward to later on that night, I pull up to this pep rally and I meet Lele and Dominique there. And I don't even remember who was performing that night, y'all, but this pep rally was lit. They had some B-list celebrities there. They had dance troupes performing and we were just having a good time, y'all. And this was my first homecoming. Like, I went to homecoming my freshman and my sophomore year, but by my junior year I really got to enjoy it. So your girl is on a high. Like, I'm having a good time. I'm recording on Instagram, I'm recording on Snapchat, I'm putting Lele and Dominique in my Snapchats, y'all, and we singing to music. Like, we just having a grand time. Fast forward to after the event, I called Y and I asked him like what he on, because like I said, y'all, when it's homecoming, the city does not sleep. Everybody and their mama is outside. They literally have a block party every night, and block parties are wide type of speed. So I'm thinking maybe he'll be out at the block party, maybe he'll be at some after party. Like, I don't know, y'all. I'm thinking that he's just gonna be outside as well. So I'm asking him like, hey, what you doing or whatever, and he's just like, I'm not doing anything, I'm just riding around. So I'm like, all right, like, come get me, come see me or whatever. Because like I said, y'all, earlier that day, I had got my makeup done. And I don't usually get my makeup done. So I wanted him to see the face. I wanted him to see the beat. So I'm asking him if he can come get me. So he comes and get me, and I'm getting ready to get in the car. Don't even get to put my full leg in the car yet, y'all. But he turns the light on as I'm sitting down, and he's just like, hold up. Like, who is this? Who is this? The face is nice. It's sitting. And I'm like, you see it? Like, yeah, my girl snapped on my face or whatever. So I'm cheesing. He's trying to take pictures of me. He just like, dang, like, who is she? Like, this not the Asia that I met 2 weeks ago. Like, this not the Asia that I know. Like, who is she or whatever? And I'm like, yeah. Like, he's really, girl, hyping the head up, beating my head up. And I'm just like eating it up, y'all. So I get on, go to my camera roll, and I'm showing him pictures of how it looked when I first got my face done. If I'm not lazy, I'll try to go through my iCloud and pull up these pictures. But I'm like showing him the pictures of my face. Like, yeah, my girl really did the thing on my face. And I'm showing him how it looked when I first got it done. Because like I said, y'all, this makeup was like 6, 7, maybe longer than that. Because I got my makeup done like at 2 o'clock. Maybe, I don't know, the makeup done at 2 o'clock. The event probably was like at 8 o'clock. So this is old makeup. So I'm showing him the fresh face. And as I'm showing him the fresh face, y'all, I'm also swiping through all the videos and stuff that I took on Snapchat and on my Instagram. So he sees the videos of Lele, and that's when he brings up like, oh, is this the homegirl that want a friend? Like, this the homegirl. And I'm like, yeah, this my friend that want a friend. And he looks at the picture, y'all, and he's just like, and I'm kind of like, wait, like, don't do my friend, because all my friends are bad. So I'm thinking he's saying, looking at the picture, because he's trying to say that my friend is not his friend Speed or whatever. So I'm like, please don't disrespect her. Like, my friend is gorgeous or whatever. So he's just like, nah, I'm just playing. Like, she's straight or whatever. Mind you, the picture that he's looking at in particular has Dominique in the picture, y'all. So he ain't saying nothing. I'm literally thinking he just taking so long to look at the picture, trying to be funny. But really, he was looking at the picture like that because Dominique was in the picture. But I digress, y'all. So fast forward, we just hung out that entire night. We were literally just driving around, and we were sitting, where was that? I think that's off of Adams Street. They had like a drive-in block party, and they had like food vendors out there. So we literally just sitting in the car talking, eating barbecue till like 3 in the morning, y'all. The whole week was giving we outside. Y'all remember that meme? We outside. The whole week was giving we outside. So fast forward, an ambulance is coming, y'all. Hold on. Fast forward to the next day. I think it was the comedy show. Don't have me lying, y'all. There was so many events that entire week. There was Top Flight. There was the Moon. There was this Kappa event. There was just so many events that entire week. And all throughout the week, I would always hit up Y, because Y was a night bird. Like, he wasn't actually going to the events, but he would go to the aftermath of the events. So that entire week, I'm hanging out with him. We would hang out mainly after all the events. He didn't go to any of the daytime events with me, because like I said, y'all, that just wasn't his speed. He would do the movies, and we would go to the restaurants, but we wouldn't do any like comedy shows, any clubs. That just wasn't his speed. He was a nighttime type of guy, chill and low vibes. And also, I think he was trying to get used to the environment, because we would have this little inside joke where I would call him a jelly bean. Like, on the outside, he was very hard, but when it came to me, he was like real soft. But if you seen this guy, y'all, you would think that he was in the streets. You would look at him and be like, yeah, this ain't nobody to play with. So I would always call him a jelly bean. So that was like our little inside thing. I would be like, you soft, you a jelly bean. And he would be like, all right, when my homeboys come this weekend, like, ask about me. And y'all, I knew that he was in the streets, but like I said, I was just teasing him, saying, you soft, like, you really not about that life. And he will always just say like, I'm here and I'm trying to change my life and enrolling to college and stuff. Like, everything was different to him, y'all. So I never tried to force him to go to any of like the club events or the on-campus events. I would literally just hit him up at night after all the events. It wouldn't be super late, but it would be around like 7, 8, 9 o'clock after an event end, or if I would leave the club, I would hit him up. But this week, that weekend was coming up when his homeboy was coming to town, and we were going to the block party. Like I said, there was a block party every night of homecoming, but this was the block party. It was on that Saturday, and I don't know who hosted it, y'all, but it was a popular organization in Tallahassee that hosted this event. So this was going to be the block party of all block parties. And I don't know why me and Lele didn't go to the block party together, but the plan was for us to meet each other at this block party, and I was going to meet up with Y later on that night with her because he was going to introduce her to his friend. So I was just going to meet her there, and I don't know why Dominique didn't come to this event, but she just didn't come. Mind you, all the other events during the week, she was with us. We were all hanging out together. So fast forward to the event, he introduces Lele to his homeboy, and we're all just vibing together. After that, there was an event going on, but I remember there was like a shootout that night. I think somebody actually lost their life that night. RIP to that person. I don't really recall the person's name, but it was like a big shootout that night. So after that, I didn't do anything, y'all. And like I said, before I even left the block party, your girl was already out of it. So me, Y, and Y's homeboy and Lele, we're all in the back of his car, and we're literally just talking. Like, I don't smoke, y'all, but they're smoking, and we're just talking in the car. We're listening to music, and we're just vibing. Like, I'm in the front seat with Y, and Lele is in the back seat with the homeboy. I can tell when Lele is getting drunk because she gets very blunt when she's getting drunk. So she starts bringing up the fact, y'all, this made my soul laugh because why would you ever do this? So she starts bringing up the fact that I met Y at this boutique and he paid for my my tab or whatever. So she brings that up, and she asks the friend, she's just like, you gonna pay the check? Like, you gonna spend that check? Like, why? Like, you got money like that? Like, she's asking him like direct questions, getting to the point, asking him, do he got money on? Like, do he got money? And I'm like trying to cover her mouth because I know my girl is gone. Like, I'm tipsy too, y'all, but I would never like say nothing like this. Like, why you putting me on blast? Why you even let him know that I even told you about that whole experience or whatever? So I'm trying to cover her mouth, and he was just like, nah, let her talk. I'm about mine. And we all in the car just laughing over this, and we had a good night, y'all. After that, I end up spending the night with Y, and I want to say Y's homeboy did not come back home to his spot. I think he stayed with Lele. I don't remember exactly, y'all, but we had a really good night that night. Fast forward to after homecoming, it's back to the regular scheduled program. Y's friend is no longer in town, and me and Lele, we just keep reminiscing, y'all. I lived in the Boulevard at the time, and Lele lived like 6 minutes away from me, y'all. Like, her apartment was literally across the track, so I would spend a lot of time at her house. So that following day, y'all, I'm at her house. I think it's probably like Monday or Tuesday. And during this time, I had like 3 classes. And she also, I don't remember how many classes she had, but we would always have these little afternoon naps at her house. And I would just be at her house like midday. So we at the house or whatever, and I'm talking to her about the homeboy. I'm like, hey, did he text you? What's up with you and the homeboy, whatever? So she's just like, girl, I don't know. That man live all the way in St. Louis. Like, it's not really gonna be anything. Like, it was just a fun weekend on the house on him. And I'm like, all right, not really pressing it or whatever, because like she said, he did not live there. We was very delulu at that time to think like the friend was gonna come and they was gonna be an item. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, fast forward to about 2 weeks later, me, Dominique, and Lele, we're all in the car. I'm in the back seat, Dominique is in the passenger seat, and Lele is driving the car. And I don't remember where we were going, but we were going somewhere, and they're having the infamous conversation about ninjas ain't ish. She's talking about guys ain't ish. And y'all, this particular day, I'm quiet because me and we about to get married. Like, I'm in love. Like, girl, I don't know nothing about no ninjas that ain't ish. They don't got nothing to do with me. So I'm in the back seat on hush mouth, y'all, acting like I ain't never had my heart broke before. And they in the passenger seat, and they're giggling and they're talking about like this guy, and they're just bringing up situations. But like I said, I didn't personally know Dominique. Like, this is just a mutual friend. So I'm letting them have their conversation, and I'm just in my phone in the back seat. So Dominique is expressing how the guy that she was talking to, I think I named him Jay or whatever, she's talking about saying Jay is moving funny, he haven't been answering his phone, and she's basically concluding that after she gave up the you know what, he started moving funny or whatever. So I'm not thinking anything of it, y'all, because like I said, I'm in love in the back seat. Like, I'm in Delulu land. Like, that conversation that y'all have, baby, I cannot relate. So I'm just in my phone in the back seat. And I get a phone call from while I'm in the back seat, y'all, and it's a FaceTime. So I pick up the FaceTime, and I'm just like, oh, nothing, I'm not going. No. He's asking me where I'm going, y'all. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm just on my way to the store with my homegirls or whatever. And he knew Lele, so he was like, all right, tell Lele I said what's up. And I'm like, Lele, my man said what's up, y'all. I was, y'all, very delusional because I was calling him my man, and this man had never even asked me to be his girl. So I'm like, Lele said, what's up or whatever. So Lele's like, hey, why? And tell your friend to text me. Tell your friend to text me or whatever. Because she was still in communication with the friend, y'all. So I'm like, yeah, I'll hit you back when I get home. Click and hang up the phone. Now, when I get off the phone, y'all, the conversation is mad quiet. Lele is trying to continue the conversation with Dominique about how niggas ain't ish, but she's not saying anything. Like, Dominique is like mad quiet. It's like a silence in the car. Like, if you dropped a pin, y'all, you would be able to hear it. It would be loud because Dominique not saying anything. And all of a sudden she looks at me and she was just like, who is Wyatt again? Where he from? And I'm like, oh, girl, he's not from here. Like, you don't know him or whatever. And she's just like, but where did you say he was from? I said he was from St. Louis. And she was like, Jay's from St. Louis, and they sound just alike. Like, do you have any pictures or anything with him? And I'm like, no. And y'all, I'm getting mad defensive because I'm just like, ain't no way she knows this guy. So I'm like, no, I don't have no pictures of him. And she was like, can I see him? Can I see him? And I'm like, I don't have no pictures of him. And he got pictures on his Instagram, but he was like 10. Like, the pictures are old. It don't even look like him anymore. So, y'all, she pulls out a picture of her phone, and she was just like, this is him? This is him? And he got 2 sisters? And he stay at blah, blah, blah. She says his whole address, y'all. And he drives this. She says what type of car he drives. She says his height. She describes this man to the T. And y'all, I couldn't have cried. I bust out laughing. And I'm like, y'all, I should have done this story time in real time so y'all could have seen my facial expression. But girl, my mouth is wide open. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah. And he's a womanizer. And y'all, I was in the back seat in a chokehold. I could not believe it. So I'm thinking, the guy that was making my heart skip a beat, giving me butterflies, is now got me in the backseat itching. Like, yo, I kept itching my leg because I just couldn't believe it. You know how you hear something that catch you off guard and your skin just start to crawl? Like, I'm in the backseat itching and laughing. Like, we couldn't believe it, y'all. Me, Lele, and Dominique, we laughed for like 8 hours straight about this. And of course, you know, we put the timeline together. But this pretty much concludes the story time on how I found out me and my friend was talking to the same guy. And now we've been friends for 7 years. That happened back in 2018. That's when I met her. And we literally just left an NBA game together this past weekend. Like, that's my homegirl, and we bonded over this situation. If y'all would like to know, well, I'm not going to give y'all a part 2 because the story time pretty much ends here. But if y'all would like to know if we confronted him or how we confronted him about this situation, or how we cut him off after this, or if we even cut him off after this, make sure y'all get this video to 2,000 likes, and I will update y'all in the comment section. Mwah. I love y'all, and thank y'all so much for watching.